First going up, we have our 4 chicken thighs. However, I want you to know that this is a universal recipe where you can swap the thighs out for maybe chicken breast if you want. And the other cool thing that I want to mention is this. I'm also going to leave recipe instructions for a much larger size Marry Me Chicken Lasagna. All right, because I know there's people out there who want to feed big families, and I know there's people out there who want to just, take things for potluck reasons and so on and so forth. All right, so the 4 chicken thighs, we are going to start off with a small drizzle of oil, salt and ground black pepper. Not too much when it comes down to the salt because we're going to be adding different seasonings. There's some garlic powder, which has absolutely no salt whatsoever. Some onion powder. Small amount is good. Onion powder is pretty pungent and it goes a far way. Cooking with Tammy all-purpose chicken seasoning. Why not? This is going to definitely amplify the flavors. For a nice smoky element of flavor, let's add some smoked paprika to the mix. All right, let's add the smoked paprika. Not only is it going to give it a beautiful color, but it's going to knock it out with that smoky flavor as well. Combine all of the seasonings with the chicken. I didn't add a whole lot of seasonings to our chicken thighs because at the end of the day, guess what? It's chicken thighs and they're skinless and boneless. So it's no need to overdo it when it comes down to the seasonings. This smells amazing. This smells really, really good. All right, once your chicken looks like that, you're going to place it to the side. In the meanwhile, while you're prepping your chicken and you're about to fry your chicken and so on and so forth, go ahead and add your lasagna noodles to some hot boiling water. Follow the instructions. If you want to add some salt to maybe jazz up the water, add some salt to the boiling water. And that's about it. You're going to boil your lasagna until it becomes al dente because we're going to place it into the oven later on, obviously. All right, small drizzle of oil goes into the pan. All right, and once the oil comes up to temperature, we're going to start with adding our chicken to the pan. And of course, we are going to place the chicken face side down. After about 4 to 5 minutes, we're going to flip our chicken over. Check out that beautiful color that we have going on. It's time for us to remove our beautiful chicken from the pan. Woo-hoo! This is gorgeous. And let me be honest with you, okay? Let me be transparent. I went ahead, and one of those little bits or crusty pieces, if you will, like a little piece like that, I went ahead and I just tasted it, and boy, that thing was good. That chicken was good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna brown our ground chicken, okay? The fact that the ground chicken has a lot of moisture is gonna help to deglaze the bottom of the pan. Ground chicken does not get enough attention. It really doesn't. But ground chicken is so lean and so delicious. So good, so good. All right, in the meanwhile, since we're not gonna be draining anything, right? Because like I said, it's lean, so we could take advantage of seasoning up our ground right now as we speak. All right, I am gonna hit it with some of my all-purpose chicken seasoning. If you don't have any of this stuff, you better get on over to cookingwithtammy.shop. Grab some up because it's worth it. I can definitely guarantee you that much. Let's add some onion powder. Light hand, of course. We're also gonna go in with the garlic powder as well. Alrighty, for that nice garlicky flavor that we all love. And after all, it's Marry Me Chicken, so why not? You wanna get that nice rustic, herbaceous flavor going on. As you saw, I didn't even have to add any paprika to the chicken, or should I say to the ground chicken. And check it out, right? If you didn't know any better, you probably think it's ground beef. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove the ground chicken from the pan as well. Check this one out. This is gorgeous. Imagine placing this on top of some rice or maybe some buttery, creamy mashed potatoes. Woo! We're gonna be using the same pan with all of our delicious goodies stuck to the bottom of the pan. Right, we're not gonna toss that away. What we are gonna do is we're gonna add a small drizzle of oil, all right, to get the party started. And I'm gonna go in with some butter. The oil has a much higher smoke point, so when you add the butter to the oil, it protects the butter from burning. Let's add our onions. Let's get these cooked down until they become translucent. Stir that on in. Alrighty, come on, let's go. Turn that flame up and let's cook. All right, this is garlic paste that I have. However, if you have, like, let's say maybe some fresh garlic, minced garlic, chopped garlic, garlic in the jar, as they like to refer to it as lazy man garlic, you could definitely rock out with that as well. All right, whatever works for you will be perfectly fine. If you don't have either or, rock out with some garlic powder, okay? That granulated garlic will work out just fine. All right, to bring a nice herbaceous flavor to what's going on in this pan, let's add some Italian seasoning. We're also gonna add red chili flakes. Let's give it a little spice. How they say, add a little spice in your life, okay? Add that spice in your life and it's gonna light your life up, all right? We're gonna add some thyme leaves, of course. If you have fresh thyme, you could rock out with the fresh thyme as well. Thyme is pretty pungent, so you don't wanna add too much thyme. We're gonna add some oregano and a little bit of salt and ground black pepper that was left over. And we're just gonna combine everything. Let's add some tomato paste. About a tablespoon or two would be perfect. Stir it on in. And of course, the tomato paste is not only gonna give it a nice, deep, rich flavor, but it's also gonna help to deepen the color of the sauce as well. And we should be left with a nice, sweet richness once the tomato paste is cooked. All right, if what you got going on doesn't look like this, there's a problem. You need to start over. You need to start the process over. We're gonna add our chicken broth, followed by our heavy cream. Get all of that delicious cream into the pan. All right, and at some point in time, we're gonna start to add our cheeses. Now, here's the thing. I like to add my cheeses once the milk is nice and warm. Not when it's too hot, because you don't want the cheeses to break apart and become a sticky mess, if that makes sense. So you wanna find the perfect time when to add the cheese. And I find that time is usually when it's warm. Not only is the cheese gonna provide a nice, delicious, nutty flavor, right, to the sauce, but it's also gonna thicken up the sauce as well. Add just a bit more of Parmesan cheese, of course. To spruce things up, we're gonna add some sun-dried tomatoes. Add as much or as little as you prefer, of course. Me personally, I love the sun-dried tomatoes within the Marry Me Chicken recipe. So I am gonna continue to add as much as possible, right? Not to mention the family loves it as well. I'm also gonna incorporate our spinach as well. All right, that's it. Let's go ahead and add our diced chicken thighs back to the pan, resting juices and all. Fold the chicken into the sauce. Ground chicken goes in as well. All right, and that's it. Resting juices, let's go. No, nothing gets left behind, okay? Gonna add a little bit of parsley for that extra pop of color. All right, and we're gonna lower our flame, of course, and we're gonna allow our chicken, or pretty much our ground chicken and our chicken thighs, to pick up all of that delicious flavor. I don't want a dry pasta. We want this pasta to be nice and melt in your mouth, delicious. Look at how beautiful our Marry Me Chicken sauce came out. This is gorgeous, my loves. This is so pretty. You're seeing all of the pops of color, right? Not to mention all of the herbs and spices that we added earlier to the pan. This is what your Marry Me Chicken recipe should definitely look like. This is really good. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's make some ricotta, all right? So in order to, if I could get it out the, all right, finally, my goodness, the suction was crazy. To the ricotta, I am gonna go ahead and add 1 egg, all right? That's gonna help to allow the ricotta to set throughout the layers of the lasagna. Now here's the thing, I could already hear the complaining in the background. Tammy, but I don't like to add ricotta to my lasagna. That's not a problem. If anything, I could leave some directions on how to make a bechamel sauce, or better yet, try the ricotta. Okay, I'm going to show you how to step things up and you may just like it, so don't complain just yet. I'm also going to add some Parmesan cheese to the ricotta because that's just what I like to do, along with some mozzarella cheese. Let's add some lemon zest. The lemon zest is going to give it a nice burst of flavor, which is always good. Smells amazing, of course. Another thing that I like to add to ricotta is spinach, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and add the spinach. We're also gonna save some for our Marry Me Chicken sauce in a second. But for now, we're gonna incorporate and fold everything into the ricotta. Stir it on up really, really good. And you're not gonna taste the egginess in the ricotta, and you're also not gonna taste the spinach in ricotta. It's a win-win. Just give it a try. Don't be nervous. Just give it a try and let me know what you think. It smells good. I'm getting that kickback from the lemon zest. To give it a bit more body, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more Parmesan cheese. All right, that's gonna help with the flavor as well. It's gonna give it a nice nutty flavor. You know what? Let me just add a small pinch of salt and ground black pepper. It's not gonna hurt anything, trust me. And let's add some Italian seasoning. Let's really go in and jazz this ricotta up. Okay, Italian seasoning going in. Throw that in as well. And I think it's fair enough to say our ricotta is done. Just like a traditional lasagna, we're gonna start off with layering our pan, or in this instance, our casserole dish, with our beautiful Marry Me chicken. All right, we don't have to add too much. Spread it out evenly. We're gonna add our lasagna noodles, of course. Oh wow, how cool. This is like the perfect length. Don't you hate like when you're making lasagna and you choose whatever casserole dish, and for some reason it's either you gotta cut some of your lasagna noodles because it's either too long, or better yet, it's too short. And you're like, oh my goodness, here we go. So yeah, I happened to choose the right size casserole dish today, and I am so happy about that. We're gonna jump on over here to our ricotta, of course. Beautiful ricotta mixture. And we are gonna spread it onto the noodles. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, just like that. We got that spinach involved as well. If you haven't tried this before, you are in for a treat, because when I tell you this is delicious, this is delicious. This is like honestly the second time that I'm making this in 1 week. Let's add some cheese, all right, because I have more than enough. This is an incorporation of Parmesan cheese along with mozzarella. If you want to incorporate some provolone with this as well, you definitely can. Okay, let's go in for our beautiful chicken sauce. Okay, beautiful. A little bit more cheese because we can. We're gonna go in with another layer of lasagna. If your lasagna noodles tear just a little bit, don't worry about it. Mend that bad boy together and keep moving. All right, some more ricotta. We're just gonna keep repeating the same steps. All right, a little bit more cheeses. More Marry Me chicken. Lasagna noodles on top. Get that beautiful chicken. Okay, that looks great. Final layer of cheese. Take your fingers and spread it out if you have to. And that's about it, my loves. I am going to place it into my 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. We're gonna cover it down with aluminum foil for the first, I wanna say 30 minutes. Once we're done, we're going to remove the foil and we're going to cook it for an additional 15 minutes, right? Until it's nice and golden brown and perfectly crispy. And it has those perfect crispy edges going on. Also add a small amount of parsley as well, and that's it. Fresh out of the oven. I allowed it to sit for about 15 minutes because if you cut into it sooner than that, you're gonna have a sloppy mess. Now here's the thing, I'm ready to dig in, like literally, but I'm a little nervous because I'm hoping that it stays together so you guys could check out those beautiful layers. All right, so we're gonna go in and we're gonna allow our spatula to do the work. Hopefully this works out. Keep your fingers crossed, all right? If not, that just means that I'm cutting into it too soon. But too late to turn back now. Alrighty. Okay, all right. Looks like we got something. Ah, it stayed intact. Super happy, super happy. Okay, this looks really good and appetizing. All right, this looks good, this looks good. Let's go in for our taste test. I can't wait. Absolutely delicious every single time. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start, okay? If you've ever had Marry Me Chicken, then you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Marry Me Chicken, it just has that beautiful, creamy, decadent, but yet slightly rustic flavor, you know, going on. And then when you pair it with pasta, I mean, come on, right? Who could complain? Not to mention we have two types of chicken going on in this pasta, okay? We have a sun-dried tomatoes as well, and we have the cheesy mozzarella. Wow. Absolutely delicious, and most importantly, big on presentation. Before you go, okay? I can't stop bragging about this dish. Oh my goodness, it's that good. But before you go, don't forget to get your seasonings, cookingwithtammy.shop. Also, check out royaltyprincessgems.com for your little ones, okay? I'm selling, especially for the summertime and stuff like that, I'm selling girls' journals. I'm also selling kitty tumblers and things like that, pens and stationery stuff for the little chickadees. All right, so head on over to both websites, check it out, let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will definitely catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.